So time keeps ticking down, and Nationals is getting closer and closer. And the good news is things are continuing to at least look like they're heading in the right direction. So I'm pretty excited about the progress that's kind of been coming through these last couple of weeks, and sort of the turnaround in my mindset going into this meet, and also in how things have been feeling. Body weight is slowly starting to come back up, and the lifts themselves are starting to, I guess, feel a little less terrible, so that's a good thing. For most of these warm-up sets, all the way up to 535, I was trying something a little bit different, a little bit new. I've noticed recently that I've had a lot of hard time getting more glute activation in my squats, and I also wanted to kind of challenge myself in some of these earlier weights to, I guess, make it less of a shock when I get to something heavier and when I increase the intensity and the load, because that's something that always seems to happen to me. Is I'll look back and watch the video and the lift looks a lot better than it felt, and when you're under the bar and when you're going through that motion, you kind of have to decide, yeah, I'm going to keep going, and that sort of grind mentality of you just have to finish the lift is something that, when you are focusing so much on trying to improve your technique and trying to clean up the way that the lifts look, anytime that a sub-maximal lift doesn't feel easy or go extremely fast, then you kind of mentally take yourself out of it, or at least you give yourself the potential to take yourself out of it, which really kind of speaks to what happened here on this top set. I hit the rack on the walkout and could not get my footing, and so I was thinking to myself, should I rack it? And then I kind of said, no, you need to stick it out, because if you can hit this weight with that kind of bad setup and with those other things going wrong, you're going to feel a lot more confident the next time you come up to this weight, and you need to be able to handle this no matter what. Again, I wasn't particularly enthused about my depth on that top set, but at the same time, this is the first time in a while that I've handled 600 plus pounds, and I think it was important, at least for me, to take that weight on this day, and it is miles better than the 590 triple that I hit a few weeks ago. I was pretty upset about that and almost missed the triple. So hitting 600 for a double with that terrible walkout, regardless of where the depth was at on this day, was a good sign. And so I dropped the weight down, did a little bit more rep work, really focusing on kind of, being pre-fatigued and forcing some reps that maybe didn't feel all that great, but at the same time I knew that they were going to be necessary. So that's kind of what my mindset was in this session, and I was thankful to be able to go through that, to handle some of these lighter weights that I knew were going to be potentially frustrating because they don't feel as easy as this weight should feel. That's just kind of the mindset you have to get back into when you start handling those heavier weights again closer to a contest. I mean, I'm going to get under 3 attempts for my squats that are not going to feel amazing. That's the nature of getting up to those super high maximal weights. Anytime you're above that 90% range, no matter how good you're feeling, it's probably not going to move all that fast. You're probably going to have to put your absolute best effort just to get the weight to go well, and it might look a certain way. It might look like it's positive or improved or relatively easy, but it's not easy. You can definitely miss those weights with the smallest lack of focus. So I think kind of readopting that mentality of the accepting that none of it is going to feel very easy is important at this point, and it's something that you can kind of lose when you're focusing on, building up your base in those lighter weights. That the feeling of having those really heavy weights on your back or in your hands are just not going to feel easy, no matter how prepared you are for them. You still have to, 90+% is going to feel heavy. That end of story. No matter how much stronger you got, that should feel heavy. So afterwards, moved on to my bench press and had 5 sets of 4 there at 300, so that's starting to come back a little bit, just trying to work on my consistency of the technique and get myself ready for these next 2 weeks of hard training before the taper into the meet. So thank you all for following, thanks for checking in. Still trying to improve my output of the videos in a timely fashion, so thanks all for your patience. and things are looking like they're heading in the right direction. So we'll see how these crazy next 2 weeks go. Wherever you're at, I hope you're having a good day and enjoying life, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.